Hi, so let's do a quick market analysis for the upcoming week. That's on 9th of February and onwards. So going forward, a few of these positions have been created in companies like SRF, definitely, and also here you can see is Bank of Baroda. For SRF, 2600 is really good, and for Bank of Baroda, definitely 120, 124 is seems like a good one. Other than that, towards the end of the market, towards 3 o'clock, I saw some positions which are getting created. The first one was Sibler. So let's look at Sibler. So here you can see this is a very bullish structure. We have been discussing Sibler since last few days, and here you can see this can definitely there are positions which have been created. So definitely from now onwards, 980,000 something like this may be a very good target for short term. The next company which I wanted to talk about is Jubilant Food. So it has been nicely consolidating at this particular region of near about 3200. Going forward, tomorrow I am expecting a move, and maybe 3500 would be a good target for now. The third company is also ICICI, and again 1400 is a very important resistance level for now. So let's see if it is able to break it and close above it in tomorrow or in the next trading sessions. PI Industries, ended on this particular we entered on this particular date, or when 2535 was broken, and from there it has now reached towards the levels of very near to 2700. So very good. You can see a good move came in the 3 1s, and we are still in the trade. So of course, going forward, we are expecting to face some resistance at 2700 levels. Let's see how it behaves over there. And of course, other than that, we have this three banking names, of which two of them are in the PSU sector. One of them is definitely Bank of Baroda, which we discussed, and the second one was Canara Bank. So Canara Bank is also looking good. It closed near day's high, and theoretically you can see this is it can actually reverse from here. And from a target perspective, definitely 280 to 300 would be a good target for the short term. And the next one where I saw some positions getting added was here, as this Axis Bank. Nice consolidation is happening over here, and this is also true for PVR, as I already tweeted during the market hours. So definitely these are few of the companies on the here you can see PVR. So these are few of the companies in the on the long side which we are tracking. Sun Pharma also very nicely consolidating at 52-week high levels. So these are few of the companies. Yesterday we discussed about Biocon, how 400 is a very interesting 406 to 410 was important resistance. Saturday you can see it faced some profit bookings at these levels, and going forward we are going to track the levels of 386. Other than that, towards the end we also saw positions which are getting created in ACC, Atul, and we already discussed SRF together with that ACC, Asian Paint, and Atul. So let's do a quick look. And also this 1900 is right now, especially 1850 is definitely, you can see a good resistance for Escos. So we are going to monitor Escos for tomorrow's first trade, and we are going to see how it moves. And also towards the very end we saw very good positions getting added in Vedanta. So we have to see what does this mean and how it opens, and whether it's able to hold the levels of 350. That would be an interesting thing for us. Now let's have a quick look into the two common names which I just mentioned. One of them is Asian Paints, and definitely the next one is ACC. So let's have a quick look. So ACC should be somewhere over here. No, okay, I'm not able to find it. But in any case, so ACC is also one of the companies which is looking good. And the next one is Asian Paint. Let's see, actually I actually tweeted about Asian Paint, because Asian Paint is also very here you can see Asian Paint is nicely consolidating at 3200 levels. Especially try to keep a track for 30 to 40, 30 to 50. Once that gets broken, then definitely 3300 and 3400 should be achievable in the short term. Now let's look at the places where shorts are getting created. So one of them is, a few of them are IT companies. So here you can see TCS. It was unable to hold the levels of 3800. Going forward, it can again correct towards the levels of 3650, which would again be a good investment investment for opportunity for me for the long to medium term. The next company which also looks weak is Emphasis. Emphasis was unable to hold the levels of 3,000, and it just closed very near to it. So going forward, there can be more weakness in Emphasis. And the third company is Balram Chini, together with Bata India and Motherson Sumi. Let's try to find it over here. SBI Life also, we discussed on this particular day that we should be staying away from SBI Life, and you can see that in the next 3 days it has corrected to 100 points, which nearly corresponds to 8% correction in SBI Life. And also we are seeing the same structure in companies like say ICICI Prudential over here. Apollo Hospital also is unable to perform, and especially after the results. So basically these are few of the counters which are looking good and can be a good for shorting opportunity. Is also true for Godrej Consumer Products, also is unable to hold the levels of 900. We traded on this particular day, especially on this 909 exactly. We entered in 909, and from there in the next day it went to 929. So we already knew there was a strong resistance at 940 levels, which was earlier discussed, and then definitely on this particular day we were pretty much convinced that going forward we can see some down move, and that's exactly what happened. So these are, and let's have a quick look at other companies which are looking weak. So Coforge also, for now 5,000 is a very important resistance level, and I would be more adding positions as and when it crosses 5,000. Together with that, Dixon is also looking weak, and it seems like there are some positions which are getting added. And definitely you have Siemens also, very nice bearish structure over here. Unless it closes above the levels of 2400, we can safely assume 2400 as a strong resistance, and this is also true for Dal Bharat. Dalmia Bharat, that's also 2000 is going to act like a very strong resistance. Unless a closing happens above this, there can be more profit booking, and they can be more downfall. Torrent Power, unfortunately it was a good move, and then it was totally reverted on the next day, and today you can see it's very near to 500 levels, so maybe it will get some support at 500. Bata India is also looking really weak. We were expecting some good move after the result, but that's also not that also didn't happen. One of the companies where I discussed yesterday, where I created some positions, was at 1880, was this Lawson. And today and yesterday we talked about how 1850 would be coming, and that's exactly where it came today. I added some more positions in LT, and definitely it seems like there can be some consolidation happening between the levels of 1850 and 1900, unless and until some very big news or something comes up, at least for now. So yeah, as a closing basis, and also there is from a banking sector, I think the Balram Chini we already saw 450 as a strong resistance, you can see. So it has been moving between the levels of 400 and 450. We entered the trade much earlier when it actually broke the levels of 400. From there it went towards 450, and now it's just trying to consolidate at this region. So definitely this is looking weak. The last company, of course, Tata Power, also there was a huge drastic fall, and this was very evident from the structure how it was getting formed, and it was very clear yesterday that until and unless a move above 260 comes in, it can fall. But the good thing, I think, for this structure, and this is exactly what also was happening with Cholafin yesterday, is it just depends that tomorrow where the opening comes in, and today it closed at 233 levels. So going forward, if there's a gap above opening tomorrow, then there can be a good short covering, and this can actually take the stock price towards the levels of 245. So just as a closing remark, I want to keep this within the limits of 10 minutes. So there are a few stocks which are looking weak, and here you can see some of them, just like Motherson Sumi, SBI Card, Coforge, PFC. So these are a few of the stocks which are looking weak, and they all closed. Concord, and one of them was Rbl Bank also. Let me see. So we should be exactly Rbl Bank. It got some support at 140, and it has been trending between 155 and 140. You can see for long. So we are just waiting for a nice breakout in any particular direction, and we would be taking trades accordingly. So in general, these are few of the stocks which are actually looking weak, but there is not much from the Nifty 50 pack, which is actually good, and also Aarti was weak, and this is also what I discussed yesterday. that there's not much happening in RT, especially after the result. We were expecting some good moves, but that didn't come in, and this is also true for SRF, because in SRF the positions were created in the long direction. So going forward, as we discussed earlier, 2600 might be a good thing. And let's have a quick look at Deepak Nitrite. Okay, there's not much of a trading opportunity over here, and Naveen Flory in the